Hello and welcome to the 47th lecture on the history of modern India, the general election of 1984. In our last lecture, we discussed riots in Delhi targeting the Sikh community. In this lecture, we will discuss the general election which took place shortly after the riots. Even by the standards of Indian politics, 1984 was an especially turbulent year. The first week of June witnessed Operation Bluestar, an unprecedented attack by the state on a place of worship. The last day of October saw the assassination of Indira Gandhi, the first major political killing since that of Mahatma Gandhi. A month after Rajiv Gandhi took office, the country witnessed a tragedy that claimed as many lives as had the anti-Sikh riots. In the early hours of 3rd December 1984, white smoke began filling the air of central Indian city of Bhopal. Citizens asleep in their homes were woken up with fits of coughing, vomiting, and a burning sensation in the eyes. In panic, they got out of bed and went out into the streets, the gas cloud following them. By dawn, the main thoroughfares of the city were jammed with an unending stream of humanity plodding its way in search of safer surroundings. Many fell down in the streets, overcome by dizziness and exhaustion. Others found their way somehow to the city's few modern hospitals, whose beds were rapidly filled to capacity. The deadly gas was methyl isocyanate, or MIC, and it came from a pesticide plant owned and run by an American firm, Union Carbide. Stored in underground tanks, it was usually rendered harmless by the scrubber before being released into the atmosphere. However, on this night, an unanticipated chemical reaction led to the release of MIC in its toxic state. Within hours of the leak, at least 400 people had died of exposure to the gas. The final tally was in excess of 2,000, making it the worst industrial accident in human history. The bulk of the victims lived in the slums and shanty towns which ranged the factory. Apart from those who died, another 50,000 would be affected for the rest of their lives by illness and injury caused by exposure to the gas. What was clear was that a potentially hazardous industry had no business to be in the city. Before the plant went into the production in 1980, the town planner M. N. Butch recommended that Union Carbide choose a safer and less populated location. Indeed, as a report of June 1984 revealed, the history of the plant had been punctuated by gas leaks and burst pipelines, minor accidents, unacknowledged intimations of the major one that was waiting to happen. The accident in Bhopal occurred in the first week of December. At the end of the month, from 24th December to 28th December, India witnessed its 8th general election. The polls were dominated by the murder and memory of Indira Gandhi. The Congress campaign presented Rajiv Gandhi as the logical heir to his mother's legacy, and the party itself as the only bulwark against the forces of secession. India could be your vote away from unity or separation, ran the punchline of one ad featuring Rajiv. One commentator wrote, "The Congress campaign capitalized on the growing mass insecurities, whereby Mrs. Gandhi's assassination was equated in the public mind with an assault on the Indian state, and that perception was constantly reinforced." When the results came in, the Congress had swept the polls, capturing almost 50% of the popular vote and almost 80% of seats in the parliament. Under the leadership of apolitical novice The Congress won 404 seats out of 533, far more than they ever had under Nehru or Indira Gandhi. However, as one of the Prime Minister's advisors admitted, the victory was as much Rajiv Gandhi's late mother's as his own. The Telugu Desam Party of N.T. Ramarao, a regional political party from the southern state of Andhra Pradesh, was the second largest party, winning 30 seats, thus achieving the distinction of becoming the first regional party to become a national opposition party. On 31st December 1984, Rajiv Gandhi sworn in as Prime Minister, thus becoming the youngest Prime Minister of India. Since Rajiv Gandhi was now in power with full majority, there were great expectations from his government. In our next video, we will discuss early years of Rajiv Gandhi, the years of hope when Rajiv Gandhi lived up to expectations. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and comment because discussion is solution. For more discussions, please subscribe our channel.